Hello everyone, Philippe Nemery and Christophe Cobbins from Micropole. Today we will show you how we create a data model into the business objects cloud environment. So I just connect to the clouds, giving my credentials. We can make sure that your single sign-on and Active Directory X could be embedded. Once you arrive on the Launchpad, you've got the opportunity to connect either to your data, to start planning, to start exploring the data, or to ask the machine to look for your data. But we will create a model that's going to be the underlying structure to make multiple dashboards, multiple visualizations. So I will tell the system that I want to create a new model, a new data model, based on some data which is, in this case, coming from my local file. So I will select the file. It's a CSV file about insurance claims that have been made by specific people in the past, and I want to analyze this. So it directly understands that it's a comma separated file. It will upload the data, and here we are. Directly on the right you can see the numbers of dimensions, 17, the numbers of rows, 2000, the name of your data model that you can of course modify, and it's very important because this is the data model that you will reuse a couple of times. It's telling you directly if there are some mapping inconsistencies, what is the data quality, and if you want to go into planning mode later, you should specify it in planning enabled. Right, let's have a look column by column, and as soon as you click on one of the columns, it gives you suggested actions. You should do a split by, or you might change the dimension. Is it a dimension, a measure, a time, or whatever, right? In this case, in the second case, there's the report, it's a number, so I can see that he recognized my column very easily. So let's go to another column and, for instance, have a look at product category types. So again, it's suggesting me to split the column based on the underscore. So now we see here all the possible actions that you could do one column. You can convert, trim the white space, or split the column. That's what I will do. I will split the column based on another character, which is an underscore. Now splitting the opposite would be combining columns. This is of course something that you can do, but here the results, it's been splitting, and you see directly my two columns. And now also interesting to see that you can work directly on cell level. So if you look at the right, you see the distributions of my different elements in every specific column. Another type of dimension is the time, so you can specify that a specific field is a time, which will be very practical when you're creating your charts. Finally, let's have a look at city, and there we see actually on the right that we have 5 different values, and also the XX is a typo, so I want to replace that. So you can see that you can work on the row level, not just on the column level, and everything is indicating you what is being replaced. So you see that on the right panel, but even in the column itself. So now you can create a location. A location is very important if you want to create a geospatial map. So you would actually specify, well, what is the latitude, what is the longitude, so that it can make the connections, and you can even specify which type of tooltip that you want to display. So here in this case we have, I was a bit too fast. So here in this case we have a city that I want to show as the tooltip. That's my location dimension, and I will just reuse my latitude and longitude, which is already present in my file. So once that's done, I will create it, and it will tell me if everything went well cleaner. So yeah, everything is fine. I've got now a location dimensions. Good. So this is indicated by the icon lat long, so it's a new column that has been added to my dataset. So here we have all the fields. We've seen how many records we are. We've been through some operations, and as you can see on the right, you can look at the history of all the operations that you've been doing. So you can see on which column they were affected. That's the advantage of the cloud. You can delete them if you want. You can also look at the time panel of your create model. In this case it's empty because we just created it, but this allows you to compare different versions. You're in a cloud environment, so you are able to receive notifications from other users or to start collaborating and sending messages or sending notifications to each other. So now let's say we create the model, and here all the operations will be finally processed and stored, and it will tell you if everything was successful or if there are some operations that you should reconsider. So it's applying the splitting, it's creating my model, it's saving it now, and if you come to the next screen, which is not the case, well, the data is successfully imported. So your data model, the data structure. So this was Philippe Lemery from SAP, Christophe Cobbins from Micropole, to give you a quick introduction to how to create a data model into the Business Objects Cloud. In another video, we'll see how you can make visualizations out of it. Thank you. See you next time. Bye. And don't hesitate to contact us. Bye.